Hello Prime Coders, welcome back to Prime Coding channel. I am Aditya Mishra and in today's video, please save your job because TCS has changed the bench policy for new joiners or the people who are working in TCS. Okay, so we all know that there are some specific terms which widely used in TCS and most of the service-based company which name as bench period. So in this video, we'll cover new bench policy, no more bench at TCS, 35 days rules and TCS new trap or a real reform. Most of the important topics I will be covering in this video so that you won't miss any of the trading news or update about any specific company. Do consider subscribing it. So the economic times, which is for today only, that we got the notification. Okay, where's the date? Okay, although I will share these article links in the description below so that you can go through and make sure that whatever we say, we have proof associated. So TCS new bench policy, a new rule limits the bench period to 35 days per year. Here is what it means. Okay, so why you need to study all of these news articles when I am here? I will be talking about the main bullet points of these articles. So TCS has introduced a new deployment rule where an employee must be allocated to project for at least 225 days. So out of 365 days, there are some set of rules which were recently introduced which say that you should work on a project till at least for 225 days in a year. So this termed as billable days. Okay, so you must be part of some project or you cannot stay on bench for long. Previously, what was happening? People are joining company and due to lack of project, lack of skills, they are sitting on bench for so long. Neither they are practicing on themselves or upskilling themselves. They're enjoying their life. So now the things are changed. The new bench limit is just 35 working days. Okay, so you will only have a month. If you sit on bench period for a month, TCS will say bye-bye to you. So if you are unallocated for more than 35 days, you may be asked to leave the organization. So out of 260 working days manually, only 35 days max can be on bench. Earlier, people could stay on the bench for 6 months or more, but now the things has changed drastically. As we all know that the market situation is going down and this step has been taken by TCS this time. And I believe if one of the largest giant in service-based association, if they take it, most of the service-based company will follow the same trend. So if you're joining other service-based companies, stay alert, do upskill yourself. So mandatory upskilling on bench. Employees on bench were relaxed and not upskilling themselves due to which they were not allocated to any project. This is a common thing. If you ask any TCS guy, they used to say, I'm on bench, I'm living my life. They are getting some amount of money every month without doing anything, just coming in office, playing, eating and going back home. Now the things are changed. So if you are unallocated, you must be spend 4 to 6 hours a day on upskilling and being interview ready for recommended by resource management group in TCS. So if you are there on the bench period, you need to upskill and you need to give the interview to the specific people who will be arranged by resource management group. Okay, so to facilitate swift development, TCS has called out the physical presence at the office is mandatory. The people who are on bench or who doesn't get any project yet, they need to be present in the office so that they can proctor them whether they are preparing, they are upskilling themselves or not. So this is done because it's an easier to find you a project, and if you are available in the office, there are more likely to be happen interactions with manager, project lead, team lead and this kind of peoples. Okay, so there are high chances that you will end up having some projects if you visit office on a daily basis. So now let's talk about short-term project and bad for employees. So in companies, most of the time, employee join the team and in short period, they revert to the back or to the bench. So what would be the reason? So now TCS had took action on this particular situation. TCS has stated that the frequent short-term allocation to a multiple projects are discouraged and may lead to HR investigation, appropriate disciplinary measures. So if multiple times employee is deployed and getting back to the bench again, this led to an HR investigation about the project and the employee performance. Employees should not be assigned to short-term projects frequently. Also, it impacts appraisals. If candidate or employee is not working for long time in a single project, how company will get to know about that employee, whether he's working, he's not working, whether he deserves appraisals or not, isn't it? So example, if you are in a short term project for 2 to 4 months, then switch again, the manager won't seen enough of your work. Result, you get a low rating or C band by default. What is band? So band decides your appraisals and your promotion cycles. Although for promotions, you need to write some specific like TCS wing exam when you join the TCS. Otherwise, for salary grow, promotion will help you out in that, in appraisals as well. So employee reaction, some say it's add job insecurity and feel like punishment. But if you see, as per the current market, people do have skill sets, but they are unable to get into company because of few basic problems, such as if a guy know development, he's not able to perform well in aptitude or this kind of stuff, but they know how to build softwares. This kind of people do left out. So yes, if they are doing this kind of changes in their company, I believe in future TCS and QT pattern will also change. Okay, so TCS reduced bench time but didn't reduce the notice period, which is still 90 days. So we can't do on we can't say a word on this particular statement because most of the company do have this 90 days policy. So totally unfair. Few agree with this policy because they have seen people employed taking bench period as granted and didn't even try to upskill themselves, which is 100% true. Which is 100% true. I spoke with tons of candidates. I spoke with tons of people who are working in TCS for a long. They usually say if you are a bench period, there are good time. That would be the good time to upgrade yourself. But few people go on trips enjoying their lives. Okay, so few wants TCS to keep this policy but increase the bench period to 35 to 90 working days. That make sense as well, because if company is holding you for 90 days right after your resignations, so it is good to give more days to sit on bench to prepare themselves. Otherwise, it depends upon company to company how long company want to retain an employee. Okay, so comment down your views on this particular policy so that we will know about the thing which is going into your mind. Is that good, or is that giving more opportunity, or is that is this case will let TCS to open the off-campus roles as well? So what should you do? Stay project allocated as much as possible. So if you get into it, you need to use bench time wisely, either to upskill or to plan strategic or a strategic exit. Okay, so this is TCS saying no chill on the bench anymore, learn, get placed or move out. Okay, so these are the lines which we took from the articles. These are not our lines, so you can just head on to the articles which I will be gonna posting in my description below, so that you can have a look if you want to get into detail. So there is a massive success rate. We are taking mock interviews where we have more than 95% of success rate. So in that mock interview, there would be an in-depth technical mock interview, HR would be covered, full interview simulation, resume review will be provided, personalized feedback and expert guidance who cracked these types of service-based purpose companies in their college placements and now they are working currently. So you can impress the people or the interviewer in the interview. They will tell you all the hacks, because when you know about your mistakes, your problems, your weakness, for sure, if you work on it, you're gonna crack it. So you require a person who will detect your mistake, and those person will let you know how you can overcome from your negativity. So yes, for that, just come on www.primecoding.in to name your upcoming interview opportunity. I hope you like this video. If yes, please comment down below that your reviews or your opinions on this particular rule. Subscribe to the channel. We are very near to 50k, and it will be best if you will help us to grow, so that we will be coming up with more in detail updates as well as learning content for free. So we'll meet you with a new video soon. Until then, take care.